I thought in commemoration of Reformation Day, one of the things that we would do is we'd start by looking at the health of the Evangelical Church, which, by the way, is, according to this, not very good. Now, I have to admit that one of my favorite ministries out there right now, of course, besides TorahResource. Oh, by the way, I forgot to. Hey, let's run our producer credits real quick while I'm talking. One of the great ministries that I love out there is Ligonier Ministries. Now, it was fantastic when R.C. Sproul was at the helm, but you know what? They haven't lost steam. They're still plugging ahead. I got to say, their Table Talk books, just a real encouraging centerpiece of my table. It was something that people would come over, they would look at it, people instinctively like picked it up, flip through it, and just solid, good theology, right? And good talking points too, you know? It does exactly what the name says it does. Table Talks. It's something that you can sit down and talk about at the table. Well, Ligonier Ministries also put out a website called The State of Theology. This is in your show notes for those who get our show notes. If you don't get our show notes, you can go to YouTube, and in the YouTube description of this show, there's a button. You just expand the description of this show. At the very bottom, it says, if you want to receive show notes, click here and follow the steps. So, thestateoftheology.com. Now, this has been talked about by every evangelical out there, I think, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but we personally have not talked about it on this show, and so maybe some people are still unaware of it. Basically, what happens is every 2 years, Ligonier Ministries does a survey within evangelical churches, and they try to ascertain the health and state of the evangelical church in order to be able to evangelize more to the church. And you'll understand why here in just a few seconds. So this is some of the key points, the key findings of the 2018 survey that they did. Now, this is not all of them. This is just the key points. Everyone sins a little, but most people are good by nature. 52% of evangelicals agree.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second. Can you say that again?
Everyone sins a little, but most people are good by nature. Now, I think that my father...
Over half. That means 1 out of every 2. Now, I wonder how big their sample was, but...
I don't know. That's a great question. I wish that they would have told us a little more.
And you wonder... Wow. That's shocking to me.
No, it's not to me, and I'll tell you why.
Well,
my dad pointed...
Maybe I'm walking
No, my
around
dad pointed this out.
glasses,
Hang on just a second. My dad pointed this out, and this is a great point. We were talking about this morning before we came on air, my father and I. He said, this comes from Rob Bell. Get your head out of the chat room and talk to me. Rob.
No, I'm hearing you. I wouldn't be, but I don't think he's the only guy who teaches that.
Oh, no, not at all. But the point
is...
Actually,
I haven't heard anything that guy or read anything that guy's had to say for quite a long time.
This kind of theology, though, is rampant right now. Okay, here we go. Another one. You ready for this?
What's the problem with it?
By nature, well, I think obviously for us, by nature, the point is that our nature is to
Tea and tulip.
Yeah, is to hate God, total depravity. Absolutely. Next finding. Check this out.
What that allows is us to think of ourselves like unbiblically. That's a puffed up, prideful position. But people think by adopting it, people don't see it as problematic. They see it as, everybody's good, is basically good inside,
Don't miss any clips from Messiah Matters by clicking the subscribe button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and share it so other people can see it too.